Welcome to the program. We're also streaming live across all our social media platforms, so do join in with your comments. So, how do you recall what you have been taught when you have no records of it? Well, that is the fate of pupils in KG1 and 2 at Teong, who have to write in the sand using stones as the teacher teaches sitting under a tree. Now, this is a story that was aired about 2 weeks ago, but we are bringing it back because there is some good news. We'll tell you what the good news is, but watch this playback first.
From afar, the Teong Primary School, located in the Timpani district of the Upper East region, does not even look like a school. It's just a mud house in a very deplorable state. But that's not the worst. Just when you get close to the school, this is the first thing you see.
I will listen you on the answer.
This is dehumanizing, to say the least. For children to be subjected to this form of education is something my mind cannot come to terms with. Here in Teong Primary School, this is a combined class of KG1 and KG2, and the children are made to sit on the bare floor as teaching is ongoing. And when it is time for the children to write, the ground becomes their books. They spread out the soil to have a fine surface, and then with a piece of stone, they write their alphabet. No child deserves this form of education. It defeats the global agenda on the Sustainable Development Goal 4, which seeks to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for all by 2030. What is your name?
My name is Awinso.
Awinso. Oh, okay, good. How old are you? What do you want to be in future? Okay, well, it's understandable because the teacher made me understand that some of them do understand the English, but then speaking is quite a challenge. And of course, the conditions that they are learning in is not what you would say favorable. So teaching and learning is quite difficult for these young ones who are so determined to pursue education.
Although it's bad, but at least sometimes the way the children are coping sometimes is encouraging. So sometimes looking at the children is good, but due to the rainy season, we cannot sit here and learn. Sometimes we have to run to the class 5. That's the only class which is better here. We can all run to the class. So if it is that way, if we enter into one class, we can learn. So at least they should help us with something that until we can also separate ourselves in terms of learning. But the children are coping, so at least it's encouraging.
Well, for me, this is not encouraging. You can't allow children to sit on the bare floor to acquire education. It is discrimination.
It's not we who are allowing the children. We came and met it that way. So we have no choice. Sometimes we do complain for the parents to even, the GS always tell us, even if there will be students who will sit under the tree, not the children like this, the KG children. So we plead to the parents to even help us roof this thing there so that we can send the children there. But they do complain there's no money.
The Teong Primary School has just 4 classrooms for pupils from class 1 to 6. Hence, classes have to be combined. Pupils in the upper classes also sit on the floor to study due to lack of furniture. Aside the lack of furniture, the pupils lack textbooks and other learning materials. The school was set up by the community members 15 years ago. This is the office of the headmaster of the school, which also serves as a storeroom for the school's kitchen utensils. Here, he makes do with these plastic crates due to lack of chair and table to aid his work. Head teacher of the school says although the Ghana Education Service absorbed the school in 2010, it is yet to respond to their plight.
As you can see, there is no structure. The only structure you see, I think most people may not even like to sit inside there. We have been crying to the authority always, and they do promise, but we don't see any sign. No structure. As you can see, KG, they are sitting under trees. KG 1 and 2. And P1, they are sitting under a veranda. So the rest are sitting inside the mud classrooms, which is a death trap, especially the P1, P2, and P3. So anytime it's threatened to rain, we close them, because there is no doors and windows that can prevent the water from entering. So due to that, we always close. And anytime it rains and we come, the classrooms are always like a swimming pool. So until it dries up, we cannot go inside.
Chairman of the Parents and Teachers Association of the school is also frustrated about the situation.
Government
took over the school from the community some years ago. We don't understand why they have not constructed classrooms yet. We are farmers and do not make enough money, so we cannot help in constructing classrooms for the school.
The Garo-Timpani district of the Upper East region has for many years recorded poor performance of students during the basic education certificate examination. The reason is obvious. Most children in the district do not get quality education at the primary level and are made to sit for the exams. District Chief Executive of Garo says there are no adequate resources to improve the conditions of children in these remote areas of Ghana.
Yeah, the Teong school is an eyesore, to be very honest with you. I think the directorate laid the complaint to me through formal writing, and I took the opportunity to visit the school myself. When I got there, I saw a good number of the school children, but unfortunately, the state of the classrooms were not in the best of shape. I'm not comfortable about the arrangement, especially that has to do with education at the lower level that has connection in the Garo-Timpani area. I think the surest way to get the building strong is to get a very well-founded foundation. When you have a foundation that is very strong, then of course you can be sure that your building will also be strong. Anything apart from that, forget it.
With the kind of education children in Teong are subjected to in this 21st century, one can picture what their future will look like if urgent help does not reach them to improve the conditions under which they study. For children in such deprived communities to excel in life, the teething challenges facing education in rural Ghana needs to be addressed. Nabil Ahmed Rufai, GHOne News.
So exactly 2 weeks ago, GHOne News reported on the plight of pupils of Teong Primary School who write in the sand while sitting under a tree as teaching is ongoing. And the story has touched many Ghanaians home and abroad, and the response towards helping the school has been very swift. McDan Foundation over the weekend cut short for the construction of a 6-unit classroom block for the Teong Primary School in the Upper East region. Nabil Ahmed Rufai has more in the following report.
A joyous atmosphere at Teong Primary School. This is the celebration by residents of Teong village in the Upper East region as they gathered to witness the sword cutting ceremony for the construction of a 6-unit classroom block here. The project is being undertaken by the McDan Foundation under its Education Facility Supports Program. The foundation's lead, Gerald Owusu-Duku, says the Chief Executive Officer of McDan Shipping Company, Daniel Macaulay, was touched by the plight of the pupils of Teong Primary School, which they study, and quickly tasked them to act on it.
My CEO, Dr. Daniel Macaulay, WhatsApped me the video clip you did, and urgently told us to move our network to this direction. This is what is happening, and it touches his heart so much that we have to come to the aid of the people of Teong and to help support them. As a matter of fact, we have in our education portfolio in the McDan Foundation EFS, which is Education Facility Support, and this is not the first time we're doing this, and we want to bring it to this quarters as well. So that's basically the motivation behind it. He's really touched about it, and he wants us to do it quickly as fast as possible.
District Chief Executive Officer of GHOne was overwhelmed by the quick response to the plight of the pupils of Teong Primary School.
I knew something would come up one day to support my children here, but I was stuck for words because the response was so rapid. I first of all must extend my gratitude to my colleagues from GHOne. My second thanks goes to the Almighty God for touching the hearts of McDan Foundation, the CEO, Dr. Macaulay. And my third thanks goes specifically to the foundation for seeing the need for them to come to assist this community and to assist our Ghanaian children who lack this facility that we are all here to cut short for commencement of construction.
The construction of the 6-unit classroom block is expected to take 3 months, and the contractor for the project has pledged to complete it within the stipulated period.
As a company, Wembley Sports Construction is committed to help McDan Foundation to achieve its targets. Within 3 months, we are going to complete the structure. As you can see, started mobilizing materials to sites to start work. I'm sure this within the second term of this academic year, students will move in and start using the facility.
Head teacher of the Teong Primary School was grateful to GHOne TV and the McDan Foundation for coming to their aid.
I'm very happy, and I'm happy with GHOne for the activity they have taken. They have come to our aid. We never knew we'd come out from this, but now that we've seen, even seeing the sun alone made me happier. Even if they don't even do anything, they're seeing the sun alone, I'm more than happy. So and I hope they will continue that, and God will bless them to continue that work, and they shall never lack.
The excitement exhibited during the sword cutting ceremony for the 6-unit classroom block for Teong Primary School shows deep appreciation for the intervention to change the fate of what looked like a bleak future for these children. Nabil Ahmed Rufai, GHOne News.